What's happening, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Kenny C, right here on TMVCafe.com, bringing you entertainment to your ears. I'd like to declare this as Hooligan Championship Wrestling Week, as I will be interviewing wrestlers that will be a part of the double event, Hooligan Uprising and Elevation, on January the 18th at the Evansville National Guard Armory. And kicking things off this week is a heroic guest. She is making waves in the indie scene. She's wrestled in the South. She's wrestled in the Midwest. She's wrestled for numerous promotions. She even got her own custom-made championship. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It's time to go beyond with your hero and my hero, Miss Erica Demia. She's with me right now. How's it going?
Pretty good. I've had a long weekend of traveling, so I'm a little sleepy. But other than that, it's going pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. It's great to have you on for this HCW week. So thank you for being here.
Mhm. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about the recent traveling that you've had. You've been going to some shows here and there. So talk a little bit about the shows you was a part of this past weekend.
So this past weekend, I was at Wrestling Open on Thursday, and I wrestled Alley Catch. And then on Saturday, I was at Focus Pro, and I had a match against Stan Styles, defending the Intergender Bonanza Super Championship. Which is the one that has my face on it. It initially had Stan Styles' face on it because that's like his belt, but I want it. So I was like, I'm gonna cover this up. So I put my own thing on it.
Hey, that's how it is, man. When you're the champion, you can do what you want with it. If you want,
Indeed.
if you want to add some sprinkles to it, or you want to make a spinner out of it, you're the champ. You do what you want with it. So yeah, I'm very familiar with Ellie Catch out of GCW, household name PWI, ranked as well. So you I think you've been wrestling for about a year or two now. It seems like.
2 years in January. I'm very excited to for my Wrestleversary, actually.
All right, so talk about the progress you have seen from your work from when you got started all the way to now. How are you feeling about your progress as a performer?
So I definitely feel like I have made a lot of progress in my work, but also in my confidence because when I first started out, I was kind of under the mindset like a lot of people are. It was like, I don't really feel like I'm ready. I don't really know what I'm doing because having a practice match just in front of your classmates, just at your school, is so much different than having an actual match in front of a live crowd. So it was pretty nerve-wracking, and I was definitely expecting to cry when I made my debut, like when I went through the curtain, but I didn't. I cried at the end of the night though. I was so excited, and I wasn't expecting to sell near as much merch as I did for my first night either. That was insane. But yeah, I've wrestled in 13 states, I believe, from California to New York to Illinois, like just a bunch of different states. My big three for my states that I actually wanted to cross off were California, New York, and Texas. So all I have left is Texas, and that's within 2 years, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Wow. So you're closing in the 2 years in your anniversary, and you've
Mm-hmm.
been to over a dozen states already. That's incredible. Like some
Thank you.
people, it takes years just to get to that point. And here you
Absolutely.
are, and here you are, almost 2 years in, 13 states, and you work for some big name promotions. You've faced some big names on the
Mhm.
scene. Um, you know, when I first saw you at Hooligan Championship Wrestling's Independent Road, that was my first time seeing you in person. You are such a sweetheart. Um, and I love, anybody. Shout out to all the nerds in wrestling. Anyone that embraced the nerd side, the comics, the animes, just things like that. Whether you're Marvel, whether you're DC, like it's so cool to see wrestlers just embrace that nerd side. And I like to say you inspired a lot of people to show that different side. How do you feel about wrestler fans or just wrestlers like yourself showing that, hey, I could be animated, I can show you a different side, but I still can perform and compete and put on the show. How you feeling about your character, I should say?
I think it's great, honestly. Like, there was such a long time where people were afraid to talk about the things that they liked, and I'm not a fan of that. You shouldn't be afraid to be happy, like, and realistically, I've met a lot of people who are really into comic books and anime and stuff, and I'm shocked to find out because especially around COVID, anime became a very mainstream thing when it didn't really used to be. Like I remember first anime I ever watched, I was like 5. It was called Inuyasha, and I went to my school the next day and I started talking about it, and they were like, "What the heck is anime? I've never heard of that." Um, they were like, "You mean like Dragon Ball Z?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's the same thing, but like a different show." And they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But now you bring it up and most people are like, heck yeah, I like anime too. So it's really nice having things to talk about with people, especially being someone who's pretty socially awkward. I'm not great at starting conversations. So it's just nice to have something to talk about.
Yeah, and it's good to see that wrestlers like yourself showing that side and performing and just having fun with it. I remember Leva Bates from
Mm-hmm.
years ago. Like she was doing it long before everybody else was doing it. And
Yes.
now we see more wrestlers, whether it's mainstream or whether it's on the indies,
Mm-hmm.
but having these like character inspired attire, it seemed like. And that's pretty cool that the wrestling industry has embraced people to be themselves and show that side, and hey, at the end of the day, man, you're being entertained. So, and I've anime started to grow on me this past few years. Now people think Pokemon, things like that. Sailor Moon is
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite. I go to comic conventions from time to time. I'm actually going to a convention that you are familiar with, going to GalaxyCon this weekend at Columbus, Ohio, my old stomping ground.
Nice. Oh my
So,
gosh. I was gonna be booked on the wrestling show that they're having, Fantasy Super Cosplay, but I
yeah.
already had a show that I was booked for this weekend. But I will be there in January in the Raleigh one, and I've worked there twice already. I worked there in Des Moines, Iowa, and Miami. So those are very, very fun. If you do go to the wrestling shows, like I think you're gonna have a blast. They're so fun. I actually worked with Leva Bates at the one in Iowa, and that was super fun. She's great.
She's awesome. I've been to the fantasy shows in the previous 2 years. Man, I was there last year when the Red Ranger made an appearance. Austin
Mhm.
St. John of the pop, the OG Red Ranger.
Yeah.
Everybody heard the theme song and everybody lost their minds. It was just awesome, man. Like I felt like a kid again. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's
I
awesome.
I wanted to put on a costume and look for any putties that I could find to just fight them. So yeah, that's pretty dope. So by the way, I'm wearing this lovely shirt here. Bop, got the look very, very lovely. I got this from the ACW show. By the way, she gonna be at a lot of shows. So when you
Hmm.
see her in the booth including ACW next month. Go buy some merch. Go buy you get you some
Please.
swag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have
oh,
a few new t-shirts I actually just recently got made. I have one tag shirt with me and my dad, and then I have two of my own t-shirts. Um, and I'm very excited about those. These are like some of my favorite designs that we've done so far. So they're also on my Pro Wrestling Tees store. Um, so if you're interested, please buy a t-shirt. I also have stickers and 8x10s and keychains and buttons and well, I did have Funko Pops, but I just sold out of those recently. Um, yeah, I have a lot of cool stuff because I'm a
so that
nerd.
she's got everything. Let's just put it that way. She got everything. Shirts, 810s, stickers. She got a multitude of things. Like
Yes.
it's pretty cool because back when independent shows becoming a thing, people usually have just the 810s.
Mm-hmm.
Now it seems like everybody's stepping up with the merch game. So
Absolutely.
it's pretty cool to see. I'm glad you brought up Dad. Shout out to him, Mr. Huzzah himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now we all know parents when they found out that that the kids getting into wrestling, some handled it better than others, and yeah,
Definitely.
and here you are, you get to be on the road with him and do these
Mm-hmm.
shows together. So what's that like? Not just to do these shows, but to work alongside with him at these shows.
So, he is my dad. So therefore, if I don't do something that he thinks is right, sometimes he's like, "Now what was that? You know better. You got to fix it. Fix that." But 90% of the time, like we have a very similar thought process on things, so usually that doesn't happen, but I'm a kid. Sometimes we disagree on things. That's honestly the worst part. And he's my biggest critic other than myself, just because he's like, I know you can be better, so be better. Um, I love it. Honestly, I feel very, very lucky to be able to have parents that support wrestling because I know there's a lot of people who are like, I constantly have my parents tell me that I need to get a real job and that I shouldn't be wrestling. And I'm like, no, that's not cool. I don't like that. But um luckily my parents aren't like that. My mom isn't a wrestler, but she's definitely very supportive and she actually managed my dad a really long time. Well, not like a really really long time ago. I don't want to make him sound old, but a long time ago she was actually my dad's manager. So she understands the business. She understands like that we're going to be on the road a lot and sometimes she can come along, but sometimes she can't cuz plane tickets are expensive. But yeah, it's great, honestly.
Oh, you are not lying when it comes to the plane tickets. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't even travel that much. I just travel specifically for the holidays. And even if you book 2, 3 months in advance, the price, it's like inflation has just affected everything. It's like, man, maybe let me go back to the 1990s when it wasn't so overwhelming.
Right. Oh my God.
So yeah, it's crazy. So now, Hooligan Championship Wrestling. You've been
Mhm.
there, Independent World. You was actually in a triple threat match with
Mhm.
Billy Starks.
Yes. Billy Starks
And
and Maddie Monarch. Yes.
yeah, Monarch, yes. Shout out to her too. And now you got a big match coming up in January. You
Mm-hmm.
are going one-on-one with international star Shaza McKenzie with
Yes.
huge implications. It is a number one contenders match where the
Mm-hmm.
winner will be facing the champion at a future event. I'm assuming at May, Ascending the Queendom
Mm-hmm.
show in May. And the current champion is Maggie Reed.
Yes.
She's going up against Angel Metro. She won at the previous show against Ashlyn Alexander, earning
Mm-hmm.
that title opportunity. So, how you feeling going now? Obviously, you got championships, stranger to gold, but how you feeling? going into this match next month, double event. You're going up against Shaza McKenzie. How you feel about that?
I am actually really, really excited for this because I've been following her for probably about a year now. My trainer recommended that I follow her because like she's really good at her content and stuff. And he was trying to help me out because content is hard. Like keeping up with social media and making sure people consistently see you so that you get bookings and all that. It's a lot. Luckily my dad also helps me with all of that too. But I started following her because she's like really good at content. So I reached out to her and she helped me out a little bit with that. Now that I get to wrestle her, I am really, really excited because she is so talented and she's so cool. Like this is gonna be great. I'm so excited. A little nervous because she might beat the crap out of me, but I'm gonna do my best. I will go beyond, if you will. Sometimes
Oh
I
yeah.
forget where to put my catchphrase, but I remembered this time, so we're good.
There we go. Look, there's no denying the excitement that you have for this match. Shaza, she's been in the business for a very long time. I remember her when she was a shimmer, back in the
Mm-hmm.
day, and she's just been staying constant, making a name for herself internationally, and now living in the States now, and she's doing it in the Midwest scene. She's doing incredible things there. So,
Mm-hmm.
anytime Shaza McKenzie's on the card, she's gonna put on a good show. Now
Absolutely.
she will have some underhanded tactics. I ain't gonna lie. I'm being objective
Noted.
here, but given that you've been following her work, she's gonna do what it takes to win. She wants that contender spot as well as you do. So that's definitely one of the key matches on this double event. So check it out, January 18th, Hooligan Uprising and Elevation. You can get one ticket for two events. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And they got a Cyber Monday sale going on right now. So second row, $8, because first row sold out already. But hey, I won't hear no excuses. If you can't, for $8 for a stacked double event, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna be there, and I'm a proud sponsor of the event. So I wanted to sponsor you, but somebody beat me to the punch. So
That's okay. I appreciate the thought anyways.
yes, so that's January the 18th, 2025 at Evansville, Indiana. Go
Yep.
check that out. Now, for December, you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
you got shows coming up in the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
What else you have coming up leading up to a holiday break, I suppose?
So this weekend, I actually have Uprising Women's Athletes and Dreamwave over in Illinois. So I'm very excited about that. There's a women's rumble. I think this is if I remember correctly, this is their first women's rumble, and I'm really honored to be part of that because that's like really cool. But it's gonna be a fantastic weekend. I'm so excited. Um, then after that, I have Victory Pro Wrestling up in New York. The week, but what else do I have? Then after that, I have my home promotion, Palmetto Championship Wrestling. One of my favorite places because it's my home promotion. Like I get to see all my friends, I get to see all my classmates. We all get to wrestle together. It's great. Um, I think that's it for December. I could be wrong. Because I don't have my phone on me. Oh wait, hold on. I have a little physical calendar thing.
Gotcha.
Let me double check.
Cool, cool.
Let's see. Yep, that's it.
There you have it. So she'll keep you up to date on all of the shows that she'll be in. Just check her out on social media.
Yep.
Eric,
My dad helps
Eric,
me post them all of the time. So they're like constantly being promoted in my stories, on my page, everything like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Also on
No,
my
no, you can. Yeah, Twitter slash X. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't
I
care.
still call it Twitter. It's just
Yeah,
habit.
it's a habit at this point.
Yep.
So check out the merch on Pro Wrestling Tees. Check out her shows. Stop by, hang out, say hello.
Absolutely.
She's very kind. She won't bite. Um,
I don't bite. No.
no, no. So
It'd be weird if
and
I did.
yeah, pretty much. But man, so let's get into 2025. Other than Hooligan, what's some goals that you want to set for 2025?
Let's see. So I really want to wrestle in Texas. Um, for sure. Let's see. I haven't really thought about that yet because I'm still working on the end of the year kind of thing.
Hmm.
But um, I want to do my best to go on a Japan tour in 2025 because I did a little tryout thing to try to go to Japan. I didn't make it. There was also like a bunch of other people. So, and they had to like pick two out of like maybe 30.
Yeah,
So that's, it's kind of a hard decision. I was a little bit disappointed, but when the time is right, I know for sure I'll get my opportunity. And I'm not going to stress about it too much. But I definitely want to go to Japan. I'm not going to be too stressed if I don't get it in 2025 either. That's okay. It's okay. I have plenty of time. I'm 19. And yeah, people tell me all the time that I'm like moving too fast and that I'm expecting too much all at once. And it's like, hey, you have time. Slow down and just accept the things that are happening. I'm trying to do better about that. We all should do better about that because
yeah.
some of us, we don't stop to take in the things happening around us. Sorry, that was kind of soapboxy. I apologize. That was
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And, we all embrace getting into the fields on this platform, So yeah, I appreciate that. You definitely well-minded individual. That's just man, I wish I was dedicated as you were at the age of 19. But you're in the right place. You definitely know what you want. You're going for it. You give it all you have, and you definitely represent the future of professional wrestling. So I'm looking forward to seeing you grow and flourish, and just go beyond to anything that you want to accomplish. So I mean, you are so cool. So I'm very happy I bought this shirt. Uh, I'm
I
not.
really appreciate that.
I might rock it. I might wear the Galaxy con since I'm going to a comic
Hey,
convention. So
as you should. I have some friends there, so if they recognize the shirt,
yeah.
please let me know.
Oh
They
yeah.
might not because I don't sell a lot of merch at GalaxyCon because I don't have any merch specifically for the cosplay characters that I play.
Mhm.
But maybe. We'll see. Um,
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to meeting Will Al Yankovic. Um,
oh
he,
yeah.
yeah, he'll be there.
I saw
With
that. I was so disappointed that I couldn't meet him. I was like, oh my God, this would be crazy. Like, I wanted to take a picture with him because my cousin and my aunt and my uncle are huge fans. So
yeah.
I was like, oh, it would be really cool if I could send that picture to him, but
Oh
not this
yeah.
time.
So I mean, it's where he's got this big tour coming up next year, and I'm trying to see if I can go to the show. I've seen him before. He's brilliant. He's just so talented, so entertaining. I
Hmm.
mean, we all grew up watching these parody videos he's done. You got a hit song when Will Al does a parody of the song. That
Absolutely.
that is a badge of honor. If you
Yes.
don't, it's a badge of honor, and I think anyone that has a song parody like that should embrace it because you put it on a good song. So yeah. Uh, well, Miss Demica, it was so nice to interact with you this evening. for Hooligan Championship Wrestling Week. Congrats on everything as you approach your 2 year anniversary in January. So the next time I'll see you in person will be at Evansville for the double event. So she's going one on one with Shaza McKenzie, number one contenders match. So check it out, Hooligan Uprising and Elevation. There is a Cyber Monday sale going on right now. Second row tickets and beyond. Just gonna keep that pun going. $8 for that, and that's up until midnight, I suppose. So go buy your tickets, please. I'll be there because I'm a sponsor and I love
It'd
these
be a
guys.
blast.
So a lot of good talent on the card. So for both events, so check them out. You enjoy the rest of your week. Happy holidays to you, your dad, and your family. And I'll see you next month.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye bye. All right.